Okay, look at that. We're multi-platform. This is basically the Star Trek Enterprise, but in a studio.
What a remarkable new world we live in.
Guys, we are in a remarkable new world. We're chilling with our good friend, Mr. Cheech Marin. It's about that time. Mary Jane, welcome. 420.
420.
Here we are in LA,
I can do
chilling with Cheech. I mean, we couldn't be happier.
That sounds like its own program.
Chilling with Cheech.
Chilling with Cheech.
Okay,
yeah.
We're ready to develop that, guys. Anyone has ideas for our Chilling with Cheech program, please feel free to let us know. Middle salmon, better pay Cheech good. Sticky Icky says.
This is it.
Red Laddie, Cheech, say my name. Red Laddie, what up? Here we are chilling. We got that. We're getting that love. Stoner's Enterprise.
Oh man.
Wow. Cheech, we want to make, you're a very official individual in our minds and in our hearts. Okay. We want to make sure we keep it official. We had our most official friends, Dope as YOLO, bring a celebratory gift.
Oh, thank you. Suppositories, how nice.
We felt as though you might want to get
a little small.
It is a little small, but with practice, anything is possible. That's what we want. Yeah. Chill out with us. Mr. Dope as YOLO is here with us as well.
Dope as YOLO?
Chilling with Cheech, bringing the gifts.
I like this. You're under arrest.
We can light that up too at any point if you'd like to.
I think tomorrow.
Yeah. Save it for a good day when you can just chill out.
Yeah, there we go. Well, I'll take just a little hit.
Yeah. Guys, nice. Here we are in about that time, chilling out. Dope as YOLO, Cheech Marin. It's a Thursday. We're having fun. Cheech, kick things off.
Yes.
We have a little fun. We take a couple look at your we look at your Instagram. We look at some pictures, and you tell us a story, and that's how the people get to know a little bit about you. Now there's some fine dogs in this first picture. We're gonna share this picture with the folks. Have you guys seen this picture on Cheech's Instagram? This is a sexy shirtless photo with some sexy pups. Who are those pups?
That is Godzilla and Bambi.
What a combination!
They were two Akitas. I had Akitas for a long time, many of them, and I love them. I just don't have room for them anymore because they're big, but they're wonderful dogs. They're very intelligent, athletic. That one dog, Godzilla, and he was like close to 160 pounds.
Okay, well that's a big dog.
Yeah, it was a big dog. And
how many pounds of food a day is he eating? Like he's going through a lot of food.
Half a horse. At one time I saw him, he was laying on the lawn, looking out at him from the dining room, and there was these birds that were bugging him, and they would come by and swoop down and and all of a sudden one bird, and he just leapt up, straight up out of the air, all feet off the ground, and grabbed that bird out of the sky, and then.
Wow. Now wait, so you had Godzilla and Bambi.
And Bambi.
That's quite a contrast there. Did their personalities, their names reflect their personalities at all?
Well, Godzilla was huge, and Bambi was a bitch. She was, just a little off. And she killed 2 dogs and a goat.
Simultaneously or at different incidents?
In different times, but we had to. I think we sent her to the farm.
Goats, beware. There's dogs out here that'll eat your ass.
Where'd you live? You had goats.
Malibu. Yeah.
It's that Malibu lifestyle, guys.
Yeah,
Goat life.
Yeah.
Chilling with Bambi and Godzilla, making it happen. That's awesome. So do you have any pets now?
I have one dog. He's a Brussels Griffon. His name is Mephistopheles. We call him Mephi. And he's blind and deaf and doesn't know where he is.
Oh.
But he keeps it chill, I imagine.
Yeah. I wake him up. Okay, it's daytime. Well, what's the difference?
He still knows how to eat, though.
Yeah, he does.
As long guys, in the face of losing other things, at least you still got food.
Yeah, I mean, he's 150 years old or something. Dog life.
Dog life. Yeah. You can live to 150. What's the secret, you think, to 150 years of dog life?
He's obstinate. He's just stubborn. Yeah, he can't see. Yeah.
Keep it chill, guys. The less you're paying attention, maybe the better it is for you. So, Jerry Gallegos Art checking in, saying hi. What's up, Jerry?
Jerry, what's up?
We're chilling. Haji Dollars, puff, puff, puff. That's what we're doing up in here.
Haji Dollars?
Haj Dollars.
Oh, Haji Dollars.
NYXGDSS. Haj Dollars. Haj Dollars, puff, puff, pass. We always pass it out here. We're passing.
There we go.
Mixing it up. Sharing the wealth.
You kids have fun.
We try to have fun
yeah,
whenever possible. We got another great picture from your Instagram. This is a really good one. This is a good one, guys. I don't know if you saw this on Cheech's Instagram. He's chilling. There's some blue skies. There's some special stone configurations behind you. You want to tell us the story of this picture?
This is the Coral Castle in Florida. It's outside of Miami, and it was an amazing place. And it was this little park that was made all of these coral stones, and big. They're like 4 or 5 tons a piece, and this little guy, this Latvian guy, who in around 1910, right around there, he came over from Latvia to here to run away from a broken heart. A girl jilted him at the altar, and so he was a little guy, little skinny guy, and so he did all kinds of things, but he built this coral castle, and nobody knows how he did it because he did it alone and lifted these huge rocks. And it was out in the middle of nowhere, and he lived by himself, and he did it at night. And so nobody knows how he did it.
That's mysterious.
It is. I mean, look, if you look at the pictures, these are all carved, and I mean, these are, but there's a whole big park of them.
It's like a Stonehenge in Florida.
Yeah.
Where they made by one guy. Nobody knows how it was built.
And nobody knows how they did it. How did he lift those things?
How did he lift those things? Are you into are you into mysteries, Cheech?
Yeah.
Do you like a good mystery?
I like them. Yeah.
So what are some of your other favorite mysteries?
Like, where are my socks? That's a good mystery.
I think I just say fuck it.
It's a daily.
I just like that. I got too stressed out over that question.
You gave up the.
I gave up the search.
Yeah. There you go.
When in doubt, guys, sock related, just failure. It happens.
Mismatch on me wearing pants.
Yeah.
No, but if you're ever in Florida, it's outside of Miami, someplace, in Coral Gables, or right around there, but it's been there forever. It's a big tourist attraction, and it's the city is kind of caught up to it. But in the day, it was like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And this little guy, I can't even remember his name, but it's an intriguing story too. I started to write kind of like a Broadway musical.
About the story of the man
about the story of this place and things that come and go, because nobody ever saw him build. He wouldn't allow anybody around, and he did it at night.
In the 1940s, you said?
No, earlier than that, in the 20s, something like that. Yeah.
What was the working title of your musical, if you don't mind me asking?
The Coral Castle.
The Coral Castle.
Yeah, because I got it through. I'm a big Ancient Aliens fan. I don't know if you know the program.
Yeah, I think you got some Ancient Aliens fans.
Yeah, well, there's no other explanation. And they did a story on the Coral Castle. I was going, how did this guy do it? And so my wife and I found ourselves in Miami. So let's go out there to the Coral Castle. We were on the way to Key West, I think. But let's go see the Coral Castle. And I was just intrigued. So I conjured up this whole story because there's guides,
Totally.
And they're like, the guys like a Jungle Land at Disneyland. They got a spiel,
Yeah.
Watch out for the rhinos over there, And so this guy had this whole thing. I was watching, but tourist groups come in and out. I conjured this little romance between him and some girl that gets on one of these tours, blah, blah, blah. And then countered with the story of this Latvian guy who did it at night. And they finally kind of meet at somewhere down the plot line. But I was intrigued because how did he do it?
It sounds really cool.
And there was no bullshit. I mean, he quarried the rock right out of the land where it is.
So even the stone was from right there.
Right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And how did he? First of all, he has to. You can figure out how he does that. It's a lot of work. But
how long was the time that he did it?
But they don't even know. It's all a mystery, right?
Well, yeah. It's within 10 years, kind of. He worked on this.
One person. That sounds.
It's one guy. Yeah. So
that moon.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of other stuff, and and he had a sundial and tables and stools and.
Wait, I think I've seen something about this before. You said the sundial. I think I have seen.
Yeah,
it. They said something about he had perfect cuts and a machine.
Yeah.
I've seen
this.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I have seen this.
Yeah, and like I was watching on Ancient Aliens. I think it was their Weird Places episode. You know, that we don't know if it's alien or not.
I just remember I made the argument with my friends. They can move it. People made the pyramid. Like, man, there's perfect cuts. Impossible. I saw it.
Oh, I'm so into that, man. I'm so into the Nazca lines and
that doesn't make sense to me still. The rocks.
I don't get it.
I don't understand how that
Perfect reset cuts. They're laser cut, and these are they're trying to the regular history says that the natives did it, and the guys were 2 steps from the trees, man, and their evolution. They're going to come out and do laser cut rocks. It's
mind-boggling. Have you done a lot of tourism inspired by your interest in this kind of stuff? So what other spots have you visited?
Well, we went to Coral Castle, and that was good. And then we went some other place. I can't remember. It was small.
Also in Florida?
No, it was some other. Where was it? In Mexico. Mexico. Yeah, and I can't remember, somewhere something to do with the pyramids, and there was a little thing, but. The theory that emerges under all these places, especially in this region, is that they turn the rock semi-molten. Whoever made these turns the rock semi-molten, and they inscribe them like that, and then that's how they quarry them, and then they move them by levitation.
That's what I said.
Someone
is putting like a dust on this that these things move.
No, it's just a magnetic force. That's what this guy says.
What do you think? Do you think is levitation real?
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's a physical force. We just don't know the laws of it right now.
For sure,
it's shrouded in mystery. But that's what the
you're actually wearing a pin right now of maybe yourself as Yoda. So you kind of, I feel like you as Yoda. There's definitely maybe some powerful levitation using the force, right?
I'm thinking the same thing.
It's not impossible.
Well, that's what the guy in Coral Castle said. He said he had the secret of the pyramids.
Totally.
And say, well, he must have. There it is.
Yeah.
How'd he get there?
Proof it is.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one from the Mr. Cheech Marin official Instagram account. This is you and a special lady of some kind. Tell us about your special lady.
That's my wife, Natasha. She's from St. Petersburg, Florida. St. Petersburg, Russia.
Cool.
Born and raised. She is a concert pianist and travels around doing all kinds of concerts, and she's halfway through her doctorate at SC in piano performance.
Very cool.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
And did you guys have a special Valentine's Day? What do you do? What's your Valentine's Day strategy?
She came out of Russia. They don't.
It's not that big a deal. Whatever.
They don't celebrate a lot of shit.
Right.
It was like, and she's indifferent to it. They only got one holiday. Like New Year's.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. They don't have Christmas because it was commie. It was communist for so long, man. Or godless commies, And her mother lived in the siege of St. Petersburg. When it was in World War II, where they were starved out for couple years. The Germans had them pinned down, and so anyways, so she's kind of indifferent to those
casual. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, and so
people tend to overthink that stuff.
I don't stress about it anymore.
That's great.
I buy her something down the line. It's an accumulation of all those gifts.
For sure.
She's very happy.
There you go.
She doesn't like things. She likes kind of projects.
All right. Yeah. I like that. Any specific project you guys are collaborating on at the moment that you'd like to share?
Absolutely.
Why don't you tell us about that?
We just bought a modest little desert house out in Joshua Tree.
Cool.
And we looked around that area because we like that area. We like the desert, both of us, and we looked around that area for a long time, and this house and that house, and it's like it's like playing chess. And we finally found this one house, and it's nice, and it sits out in this beautiful part of the desert and it's right next to the entrance to Joshua Tree.
Wow.
The park, so you can see the boulders, and then and there's this giant house up on top that how the locals call it the evil villain's lair. Wow. And it's kind of very modern, like Batman. And so that's there, but we're just in the middle of not in the middle. We're at the start of doing it. We just bought it, you know.
And is it an older house then?
No, it's one of those prefabs, you know,
Right.
and it sits on a
Beautiful
foundation, and that's what's perfect what we wanted, you know,
Wow.
because those people those desert rats, interesting culture out there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I like it a lot. There's a lot of artists out there.
Yep.
Anytime you can have. So here's the story. So we're looking around when we were looking for these houses, and we had this one, and somehow I went off the road a little and got caught in the ditch, and it was sand, and I was stuck, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Shit, what do you do? You got to call the tow truck and blah, blah, blah. And this guy comes running along in a truck, and he sees I'm having trouble, so he stops, and so he ascertains what the problem is. All right, what I got to do is I got to crawl in here, and I got to put the chain under the axle, and then I'll just pull you out. This sounds good to me.
Right.
You know, and that's what he does. And he pulled me out. And so, wow, I was really thankful because we were out in the middle of nowhere, and I said, hey, can I just give you anything? He says, nope. Are you American? I said, yeah. Said, all right. That's it, yeah. Hey, America, fuck yeah.
There you go. There you go. Cool. One more from the Cheech Marin Instagram. This is a picture of you in a baseball uniform.
Oh, wow.
What's the story behind this picture?
Oh, Joe Torre.
You and Joe Torre hanging out.
Joe Torre.
Go Dodgers.
Chilling, man, because I'm like Dodger Blue.
Dodger Blue.
Dodger Blue.
Repping it hard.
Yeah, and so I was invited to throw out the first pitch of that game, and it was against I think the Reds or something, and so I did that. So I'm talking to Joe Torre, and I'm about to go get a new knee. I'm like about a week out from I'm going to go get a new knee, and so I said, so what's the recovery time on this? And because, you know, here everything from, you'll be up in 2 weeks and running around doing a decathlon, you know. Yeah. And so Joe had this operation, so he says, 6 months. That's it. I mean, don't let anybody do it. And it was 6 months, almost to the day.
Wow.
Where it stopped, and, you know.
Medical advice from Joe Torre.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
That was, who was that guy? That was the night that, were you there? My daughter Jasmine. Maybe Joel was. What's his name? The big slugger that they got from some Martinez, Mendoza, who was that big guy that they got? You remember? No. Useless.
Somebody's got to know.
Guys, who is the Dodgers?
He came over
trivia
from
expert?
the Sox, from the Red Sox. And he was on the Dodgers for like, but anyways, he gets up and he's injured, you know, and it's like Kirk Gibson, you know, he comes out of town, and he's not playing, so they put him in right at the last second as a pinch hitter, and he socks a 3-run homer, and they win the game. It was great, and it was bobblehead night too of him. So
Bobblehead night.
you know,
Always good to check out the Dodgers on a
it
bobblehead
was like
night,
a
guys.
trifecta. Man.
That's a winning
Yeah.
night. All right, here's another one. Playing the guitar,
Oh, yeah.
Cheech, and some famous characters here. You want to tell us the story behind this picture, guys?
They asked me to do Sesame Street. And
Cheech on Sesame Street.
Yeah, it was in New York. Okay, they set up a date, and I came, and they had this little, and I was preparing for, let me see the look. I was about to do Cisco Kid, because I had this, and so I came in, and I was a guitar playing some kind of character, but that was very cool.
Cheech
Well,
on
but-
Sesame Street, guys.
How were they?
History happens.
They were
We were
cool.
talking to him after.
No, it's great.
Oh, talking to him.
It's just
What song did you remember the song? you
Nah,
sang?
I can't remember. It was like an Elvis song or something. I can't remember.
Rocking some Elvis on
Yeah.
Sesame Street, guys. Find the clip, share the link. Someone wants to check that out for sure. All right, one more picture
Okay.
from Cheech's Instagram. This is from just the other day, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe there's some cool folks in this picture. Tell us about this one.
Well, this is Mr. Snoop Dogg there, and Tommy, and Easy G.
G-Eazy.
G-Eazy, there we go.
And yourself.
And myself.
You guys are all hanging out. What was happening? That's a high level crew right
That
there.
is pretty cool.
High level
I
crew.
like Snoop a lot. I'm a giant fan, man. I love his music. I love everything he does. You know that the whole persona, and he's from Long Beach. You know.
Totally.
And so he's doing a game show. Game shows.
Joker's Wild.
Joker's Wild, yeah. And so he invited us to be on it, and we weren't guys that played the game, we did the interstitial stuff, like, you know, like giving you the multiple choices
Sure.
and comments,
nice.
you know, yeah. Me and Tommy and Snoop, so that's what we did. That was fun. Jazz was there.
Guys, if you're watching it, Joker's Wild, Snoop, Cheech, G-Eazy, Chong.
Wow.
It's a party out there.
No.
Undeniable.
My friend sent me that picture the other day. He's all, crop yourself in here somewhere. 'Cause you know I crop myself in
Totally.
I crop myself with a pound of weed just chilling.
Yeah.
And then it popped up.
That is a croppable
right there,
picture.
just sent me it the other
Yeah,
day.
you.
Oh,
and the
really?
guy-
And you're
you
in
and
this
you-
picture?
I'm trying to crop myself right there in the back.
Oh, really? Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
I always do that stuff.
Yeah, it's worthy, guys. Well, guys, that was that was like just a little get to know you, checking out Cheech's Instagram, getting some cool stories.
Go to the Instagram site and, you know,
Yeah,
join the
check it
party.
all out. Join the party. Give a like.
What is the address? Cheech the real Cheech?
Cheech Marin Official.
Cheech Marin Official.
At Cheech Marin Official,
At
guys.
Cheech Marin
We're at
Official.
Mary Jane. This is about that time. We're hanging out with the one and only Cheech Marin. We just went through his Insta, got some great stories, some stuff he's posted on there at Cheech Marin Official. Our next segment we do is called Roll the News. It's brought to us by our friends at The Weekend Box. They make a wonderful product. And so we read some news that's in the headlines about cannabis and the world at large. And then we talk about it. So
We
the
can do that, yeah.
first story from Roll the News tonight is about someone who I don't think we're very excited about, a man named Jeff Sessions. Yeah, that guy can really get on people's nerves.
Sure can.
He's announcing a new task force that's targeting prescription opioid manufacturers and distributors. This newly formed PIL task force was announced in a press conference on Tuesday. What do you think?
I'm all for it.
Fight prescription drugs.
Huh?
Fighting against
Absolutely.
overuse
There's an
opioids.
opioid epidemic, man. It's killing more people than any war we got going, you know?
That's
Every
very true.
day.
That's very true.
That's not good.
I think we all agree on that one, guys.
And it's getting young people more, you know. And
It's unbelievable in places that you would never expect.
Harder to get weed. That's where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, it costs $10 for
You get messed up.
a slack, you know. So
It's a sad thing, and it needs an approach.
it's a very sad thing. Now I disagree with him on marijuana, man. You know, it's like this guy.
Well, I think the thing that's problematic about this story, especially as you mentioned marijuana, is that what he's doing is I think this administration is trying to make the marijuana side of it seem more like the opioid side of it. You know what I mean? And conflating them as the same problem instead of the fact that they're very different things.
Him and a few others, but when Trump is like neutral, he doesn't give. You know,
He's checked out.
Wherever the wind blows. But the great Jeff Sessions quotes. He says, "I thought the Ku Klux Klan was okay until I found out they smoked marijuana."
Yeah, that's a crazy quote, isn't it?
Who said this?
Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General, was like
When he
cool
was
with the KKK, and then he
Senator of
found out they
Alabama,
smoked
man.
weed,
Oh my God.
and then he was like, "Nah, fuck
That's
that."
some shit on SNL.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
That's hell. You know, but what's going on between him and Trump? Damn.
Damn, yeah, they're calling each other out in the news.
All the time, and he just sits there. Now he's pushing back yesterday. You know, so we'll see.
Yep, it happens, guys. Keep your eyes on that one for sure. The next story from the MaryJane.com is about licensing troubles that are forcing California cannabis companies to close down. Legalization, everyone was pretty excited about adult use happening, but it's been a complicated transition to this new phase because I think, you know, for myself and for yourself, you know, we've seen the evolution of cannabis over the last couple decades, and the moment that we're at right now, I think, you know, there was a lot of excitement that this was going to be a very liberating time, but it turns out a lot of the regulation is a lot harder to deal with than one might imagine, and it's actually caused a lot of the companies who've been supporting this culture for a very long time to have trouble getting into this new market.
Absolutely.
Now, you're a cannabis entrepreneur.
Yes, I am.
Have you seen any of this happening?
All the time, exactly as you described it. It's like all of a sudden you have these two entities have to fit together, and one's a hexagram and one's a quadrilateral or something, you know. And then and you're running into that all the time. I'll tell you what it is, and how the public perceives it too is interesting.
Totally.
Because for all of our existence, hey, Cheech and Chong, man, you're out there on the front lines, you're breaking down barriers and dope, and we're gonna get it illegal. Okay, we got it legal, fucking traitors. That's what it was, you know. A lot of, you know. So I don't get it.
There was the little things people kept saying. It's a trap. because they're saying you can't travel with this much weed, you can't have this amount of weed anymore. They're just saying it's more restricted.
Yeah.
Even though it's legal, it's like only the black market is restricted.
Yeah.
That's really why. 90% of people smoke weed.
Exactly.
Don't really go to the
The
club.
thing is it a big industry? Because it's a big industry. A lot of people want it, you know. But there's 29 states that have it legal right now in some form. For every state that has it legal, there's an opposite force that wants to undo that law. The group of people, and they throw every log and rock and boulder in your path as much as they can.
Yeah.
You can't. There's no uniform equality in there. You have to grow and sell in the state.
Yep.
You can only, if you sell in California, you have to grow in California. You can't cross state lines. So it's like 29 different setups. You know, it's not like, you know, but that market is out there and it'll continue to grow. I mean, the thing that really, at the end of the day, is bad about their position is if it's legal, there could be research on it. You know, what the marvelous effects that they can do, and they're finding them more and more every day.
Totally.
You know, so I always compare it to a lava flow. You know, you can stand in front of it. I just wouldn't. You know,
Yeah.
Just go. I saw a movie one time, and it was one of those South Sea Island movies, and then the volcano went off, and this lava flow, man, took out, and it stayed with me for all my life. That's what was going on. It's like the Latino thing, you know. It's like I travel around the country all the time for many, many, many years, and you see it growing in different communities. It's not confined to the West or the Southwest Chicago has the second biggest population of Mexicans in the United States.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah. Chicago. My daughter went to school there. Isn't that right?
Shout out Chicago, guys.
Hey.
Chill place, chilly place, but a good place to hang for sure. Third story from tonight's installment of Roll the News. Jamaican farmers have just harvested their first legal cannabis crop in history.
Wow.
It's kind of nice. I mean, I would say Jamaica is sort of the holder of the spiritual birthplace of
What's
cannabis.
the difference, though?
What is the difference? I think the difference is that you can't be persecuted or imprisoned for being in the cannabis business once you're permitted.
Really, the law right now, where it stands almost all the way around the world, is they will only fuck with you if they want to, for some other reason.
Yeah,
it's
true.
So.
It's true. Have you been to Jamaica? Tell me about a good story in Jamaica.
I went there, got invited to these celebrity deals, you know, where you go and play golf, and so we just kind of stayed there. It was like this little island of safety and all buffed out, but on the other side of the fence, you know.
How did you play?
I played okay.
Yeah.
I'm all right. It comes and goes, you know.
Well, that's true. You got to stick with it
if
you want to keep in shape on that.
Yeah.
So Jamaica, chill golf trip.
Yeah, that was good. And we went out we went diving, you know, a little snorkeling there, and that was fun.
Diving and snorkeling, guys. Enjoy the nature. Check out Jamaica. Legal weed happening now.
Hey.
One more story from today's Roll the News is actually about the World Cup. Do you follow soccer much?
Yeah.
You know, the next World Cup's going to be in Russia later this year. There was a headline today that said that the Russian authorities will be allowing World Cup fans to bring medical marijuana, cocaine, or heroin into their country and into their games. This is a wild headline, guys.
It's under the guise of soccer, man.
Soccer fans out there from around the world, if you're going to the World Cup,
really?
if you've got a prescription, apparently you need to have a prescription in Russian. So your doctor in your native country has to be able to...
Apparently.
You can get a prescription for cocaine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds insane.
You know had all the cocaine was the eye doctors.
Yeah, it's used in medical contexts, for sure.
Eye doctors,
Because it has a local numbing
anesthetic. And local anesthetic.
Yeah.
Well, when is the World Cup there?
The World Cup is later this year. I believe it's this summer.
Really?
Can we check the date? Guys, what's the date of the World Cup? What date does it start?
And in what city? What's the city?
It's in Russia. It's all over Russia.
Oh, all over Russia.
Yes. So it's divergent.
Athletes
locations.
of Russia.
So they can bring it to the game, you're saying?
They can bring it to the country and to the game, apparently. June 14th, guys.
Where?
Everyone's
what
waiting
city?
for World Cup. June 14th.
There's no particular city, it's
no,
just Russia?
they're being played all over Russia.
Wow. I'm going to be there then, too.
Dude,
Yeah.
Buy your tickets now, guys.
What if
We're
Cheech
bringing
can
the
score
weed.
some,
We're bringing the heroin. We're bringing the cocaine.
No.
We're not bringing it. I
No, we're
said.
just
I mean,
bringing the
you
weed.
can
We're
bring
bringing-
it if
yeah.
you desire.
Wow.
And,
How insane.
I've
That's
never been to
insane.
Russia.
I've never been to Russia either,
Yeah,
guys.
but,
Guys, has anyone in the audience been out there in Russia? All right, Chechen. Do we got a Chechen homie
Chechen?
joining us? There we go.
Love
Respect to
him.
Chechnya.
Hey,
Russia, man.
Russia.
We've never been. Cheech is gonna go. He's gonna check out the World Cup. He's gonna tell us how it goes.
But I'm going with my wife, so, you know, it's like being a native, you know, she speaks the lingo. And,
That's super chill. You're gonna have
Yeah.
the best time. It's
Yes,
always
very good.
always better to travel with someone who's
yeah.
from the spot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's born and raised and went to school there, the St. Petersburg Conservatory.
Cool. So that was our weekend box sponsored
Cool.
Roll the News segment. We're gonna give you're gonna get a weekend box. That's a men's product weekend box. They have some like lotions in there. Here again, it's like a CBD infused lotion.
Oh.
Are you into the lotions
Sure,
and beauty
yeah,
products?
man.
This one also apparently has some intimate enhancement elements. If
maybe.
you want to get lotion into
I-
your
I-
intimate personal practices, you know
I
what I
get
mean?
your drift.
Yeah, respect. Whatever you got going on, add weed to it, guys. That's the moral
You
of the story
know,
here tonight.
add
Is
weed
whatever
to
you're
it.
doing, add weed to it.
It's going to be like salt, you know, and salt.
Yeah, it's like
everything.
salt,
like
guys.
salt.
When was the last time you ate, broccoli without salt? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just
Oh,
it's
that's
a necessary ingredient. at
Thank
this
you
point.
very much. Yeah,
It's the
I
new
mean,
salt.
it has a lot of benefits. It really
It's true.
does, and stuff that has going to have applications we don't even know about right now. But health-wise, it has a lot of applications.
Here, I can put that on the floor
thank
for
you
you if
very
you'd
much.
like
Thank
me
you
to.
very much. Don't let me forget.
No, we will definitely remind you. Shout out Weekend Box, Roll the News. So there's a couple other things I wanted to ask you about.
Sure.
You have a museum.
Yeah.
Tell me about your museum.
Oh, this dropped out of the heavens. I've been collecting Chicano art for over 30, maybe 35 years. And I amassed a big collection over the years, and I started touring it. And we've been touring in different configurations. We've done over 50 museums over the years.
That's
you know,
amazing.
from the Smithsonian to, Waco, Texas. And it was a wonderful collection, and I still tour it. And so I was opening a show in Riverside, California. It works on paper, and the city of Riverside. I don't know if you know about it, but have you ever been there, Riverside? Mm-hmm. It's a historic town, and it was in 1880. It was the richest city per capita in the United States.
Wow.
Because of citrus.
Oh,
They
wow.
grew every orange, grapefruit, tangerine, lime, lemon, everything there, and they went on for miles. And so they grew very rich from it. So so all the people that made all the money, they started commissioning architecture. Very classic examples of architecture for the main library, the city hall, the blah blah, the Mission Inn is right there. It's an international historical site, and it's 12 presidents have stayed there, And so I'm doing a show at the Riverside Art Museum because Riverside is 52% Chicano, and the Inland Empire is 52% Chicano. And there's 5 universities in the area too, so it's an interesting place. It's very artsy, and everybody gets along. It's really chill, and so anyways, I was doing this show, and it was their biggest show they ever had there, and like by a factor of 5, and it was because all the Chicanos came, and so the city manager had this problem. There was this building right in the middle of this historic corridor. It was the city library, and it was a classic mid-century building, 66,000 square feet. Big, and it was classic. I mean, it was just, it still is beautiful. So they had to, they were building a new library down the street, so they had to repurpose this building, right? And so they were down the road talking to some, like a children's, blah, 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 fell out. Just as the show opened up, big hit, they came to me and says, how would you like to put your collection here in that museum? And it will be the Cheech Marin Center of Chicano Culture, Art, Culture, and Industry.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's super amazing.
And so we got the whole town of Riverside going, man, and it's really, everybody's included, and everybody is It's an amazing thing. We had to raise a certain amount of money. We've just about all raised it in order to do the conversion.
Yeah.
But the city of Riverside, I mean, this is official. The city of Riverside came to, and we were making it the center of Chicano culture internationally.
Yep.
And that's what we'll do.
Shout out to Riverside for having a vision, for working with Cheech
Oh, man.
to make something so cool.
It is very good. I mean, that's the Inland Empire is a wonderful, interesting place, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like you're bringing some wonderful and interesting things too.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. You know, because Chicano culture, or Latino, and then we're expanding the definition of what is and isn't Chicano. You know, mostly what is Chicano. You know, because they grew up alongside Central Americans, other Mexicans, some South Americans. You know, and so Chicano really, in the essence of the meaning of the word, is other. You know, Chicano, it was originally an insult from Mexicans to Mexicans living in this country, and the concept being that the Mexicans living in this country had given up their country, and they lived in tin shacks along the border, and they were not Mexicanos anymore. They were something smaller. They were chicos. They were Chicanos, little Mexicans.
Where it comes from?
Yeah, that's where it comes from. And so it meant these other guys, you know, you can't go on the census and check off the box that says Chicano because it doesn't exist. But you can get a doctorate degree in Chicano studies from Harvard University. Huh. So what's the message, you know?
That's a little crazy, huh?
Yeah. My cousin, Regine Castro, got the first one. A first doctorate in Chicano studies from Harvard University.
Wow.
And so, you know, it's this conversation about culture. Does it exist? Is it mainstream? And Chicano, Latino is mainstream.
How did that adapt from being an insult to being that?
Because
That's all I've ever heard, Walt, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you Chicano?
Well, my family, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You have to declare yourself a Chicano in order to be a Chicano. There's no like ritual that you go through or swear. You declare, I'm a Chicano.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah, and so what it meant was these other, and so my dad grew up as a Chicano. He died when he was 90, and after a while you get used to it. And the whole thing about the Chicano movement, it was they embraced it as a badge of honor, not as an insult. Yeah, soy Chicano y qué, you know. And so that's what that whole culture is, you know. But it's expansive, and all the artists want it to be expansive, too, right now, because they are the people that are involved in that mix that's ongoing.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool, you know. We're just gonna roll that lava flow out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you first started collecting Chicano art, was that something that there was already a network of dealers that you were tapping into, or was there an earlier phase before dealers and galleries were really interested?
Well, there were. I mean, it's always a struggle. It's still today. No, there was a few galleries, not very many, but it started as the visual face of the political movement, the Chicano civil rights movement, in which they were, you know, getting their propers in, and so this was the artists were, you know, they were agitprop folk art is actually what they was. It was, but they grew out of that, you know, after that movement kind of, and each individual artist had their own vision of a description of their community and their connection to it, and their connection of that community to other, you know, because all the artists in the collection are university and or art school graduates. You know, they're very sophisticated. They're exposed to world art and Mexican art and every other kind of things, and they mash it together, and that's where Chicano art comes from, right there. And it's contemporary and folky at the same time, some of it, you know, but it's a big field and there's a lot of artists. I was told the other day there's like 87 different artists.
Wow.
In the collection right now.
Very cool.
Is this just canvases? You're talking about pictures?
Yeah, paintings. For the most part, paintings.
Nice.
And then there's some sculpture and a lot of works on paper too. Yeah. A lot of really good. I mean,
this is in Riverside, you're saying?
It will be in Riverside in 2020.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
it's coming soon, guys.
Yeah, please.
What is it called again? The proper name?
The Cheech Marin Center for Chicano Industry, Arts, and Culture.
Guys, you heard it there from the man himself.
Yeah.
Riverside 2020.
You gotta go, man.
Blessed.
We're gonna blow it out there. We got a lot of plans for that, and they're all fun too.
Yeah. It sounds like a really great opportunity to share some really important stuff with a lot of folks.
There's, I mean, these artists have been, working away for many, many years, and they're really good. They're probably the best painters in at least America, probably in the world. We get invited all over. We just did a show in Bordeaux, France, where we were the collection was the representative of Los Angeles to Bordeaux because they're sister cities.
Oh wow, very cool.
Yeah, and we took over 3 museums there, man. It was
that's amazing.
It was cool, man.
Travel with it.
Yeah.
And then you're having a spot here in Riverside Company.
Yeah, that's permanent, and then we'll do outreach from that, and plus,
That's a really cool thing.
that is it. And
Are there any cities that you've shown your collection in where you were surprised that they had as much interest as they did?
Minnesota, Minneapolis. So we had to talk with all the local communities. They said, we've been here for 30 years, and you know what? It's cold here. No shit. So like, the University of Minnesota claims to have the oldest Chicano studies program ever in the nation. They were the first one.
Interesting.
So it is interesting. Everywhere you go. So, but we drew people out of the community that they didn't even know existed. So.
It's really important stuff. Guys, if you're in Riverside, check it out. 2020, it's coming soon. It's important stuff. Keep your eyes open. Cheech.
Or if you want to be connected, you can donate to the Cheech because museums is an ongoing fundraising project.
Guys, donate to the museum. That's a baller thing to do. 2018. Have you done it before?
Yeah.
Keep pioneering out there, guys. Donate to a fucking museum. Donate to a cool museum.
We want everybody to be part of it.
Be part of it.
Yeah.
Be part of Cheech's Fresh Museum. Cheech, every time we do About That Time, we do something called Astrology Time.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay, sure.
All right, guys, it's time for Astrology Time. You know what that means. It means that we have to break out our salt crystal lamp. You know what I mean?
All right.
To get some positive ions flowing. We change the lighting a little bit. We get a little bit more mystical in Astrology Time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that
I'm getting into the mood.
Yeah, right? Yeah, right. We're getting there. Astrology time. This is what it's like. So, you're a Cancer.
Yes, sir.
Sun in Cancer, Moon in Capricorn.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So, have you encountered astrology much in your day? Like, do you feel like you've ever gotten into it, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, I read my horoscope every day.
Right.
But and I've had other soothsayers that use it, and I listen to it. I think it's. I don't know what I think about it. I think that it is, you use it for what you want to use it, and it's a reinforcement for how you're feeling that day, or in general, or like, you're a Pisces, and hey, we go good together, or
sure.
You have these traits, but everybody has all the traits of the things, so you have to kind of. But over time, I think there are traits of that sign.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's true. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some quick, simple little phrases that came out of your natal chart, and you can tell us if you think it's on point or not.
All right.
Does that sound okay?
Sure.
Okay, first one says, enjoys playing games, but can go too far. What do you think?
Probably, yeah. I do enjoy playing games, but can go too far. I don't think you can go too far playing games.
Guys, game until you can't game anymore.
That's it. You
cannot go too far with a game.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
But I love games.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you like conventional games, like board games? You're saying, or just mind games?
I like board games. I was the very first Celebrity Jeopardy champion.
Celebrity Jeopardy champion #1.
The first time they had Celebrity Jeopardy.
Wow.
Fadoon.
Crushing Celebrity Jeopardy, guys.
Isn't I was like every day. That's the most nervous I've ever been in show business.
Wow.
On that show, because you can look like a Lelo man going up there, man.
Who were you competing against?
Alan Rakins and Steve Weber.
Okay, and was it competitive, or did you blow them away?
No, they were very good. I mean, because if you accept being on that show, man,
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there.
You better got track shoes,
Yeah, for sure.
Do they get to tell you this is what roughly?
No, they didn't tell shit. But there's books. over the years. You hear different, all the presidents and that Jeopardy puts out.
Now it's like a formula.
But and there's two theories of how to prepare for Jeopardy. You study everything you can, and you jam, and you have partners, and they quiz you, and blah, blah, or don't do anything.
Just nothing.
Nothing. Because over 50% of the categories you can't study for.
Right.
Words with 3 R's. Potpourri. Sounds like.
Sure.
Yeah. And so you can't study for that. So you have to either know it instinctively or.
Totally.
Yeah, but when in the first one, they ran a week of celebrities, and the guy who had the most money, that was the champion, that was me. And when I won it, the writers came up to me after and says, "Are you a musician?" I said, "Yeah, I've been a musician." I said, "Oh, we thought so." So why did you do that? It's because how you get to enter the game is Alex asks the questions, and as soon as he finishes, 2 lights go on either side of the board, which you're looking at, and then you can buzz in. If you go before, your buzzer shuts down for a second and a half, and see you later.
Wow.
So it's not only you have to know the answer, you have to know the answer first, and so that's an aspect of it, and it's timing. And I used my
first finger.
First finger.
Quicker response time.
It is.
Do the math, guys.
Yeah, babe.
If you're on Jeopardy, use your first finger. Everyone knows that if you're a pro. Part 2, tonight's installment of Astrology Time, likes to stay peacefully at home.
Oh, man.
What do you think of that?
Absolutely. I mean, I love being in home, man. Like, I love my home right where I'm in now. I lived in Malibu for 40 years at the same place, and I just love being home. When I used to go on the road, because we toured a lot, and I still do, I just wanted to go home and sit in my living room, sit on my couch for like 3 days until it stopped spinning. Yeah. And then go out, And your girlfriend at the time, they've been waiting for you. So they want to go out and see the town and do dinner. I just want to make this stop.
Totally. Cool. Third aspect from tonight's installment of Astrology Time. Hard on those who don't take action.
Ooh.
You hating on some lazy people?
I do. I don't hate them, but I hate unprepared.
Yeah.
You come in, you got a gig to do, and you show up and you're unprepared, man. Or like, why are you here wasting time, So
yeah, get to it, guys. Yes. Don't mess around. If you say you're going to do something, try to do it.
Try to do it. I mean,
Or else you're going to get a tongue lashing potentially from this guy. He'll call you out for it.
I'll get my buddy to do it, called the Wrath of Chong.
The Wrath of Chong. It's happened before, guys. Friend of everyone, Tommy Chong.
Yeah.
Wrath.
Oh, wow.
Fourth installment of Astrology Time.
Yeah.
Lives in a dream, in the imaginary.
Oh.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Imagination time?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already chilling at home.
Yeah,
You know about that, so I mean, chill at home, have a little daydream.
I do, it's the ability to let your mind wander, but you still know where it is. It's like like a dog on a leash, And
not too far.
There was a very famous like a Zen precept that the monkey has to be let out of the cage, and then the monkey has to be put back in the cage, and that was the koan, and so you have to do that. You have to let the monkey out of the cage every once in a while,
Every once in a while, guys. Let your monkey out of its cage. Yeah. Monkeys, we actually have our friend Dennis the monkey has been chilling out with us here.
What kind of monkey is that?
He's a Dennis monkey.
The lighting is awesome on him.
Yeah. He looks like he's wearing a hat. Huh?
Yeah, he's a monkey with good lighting.
Monkey with ears hat. Yeah.
That's our friend Dennis. Chilling over here with Yola is Pierre the pug and Bowie the cat. We also have our dog. Do you see our dog up there? Yeah. So
is that a pug?
Yeah, we got a pug. That's Pierre the pug, actually.
Oh,
so that's the Critter Click. They chill with us everywhere. They come to Astrology Time with us. And that's Dennis the monkey. And the moral of tonight's Astrology Time is sometimes you have to let your monkey out, guys. You heard it here first. It's high-level intelligence. The CIA doesn't even know that, dude, at all. For real. Anyway, that was Astrology Time. Thank you for taking that journey with us.
That's amazing. Those aspects are
Pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
This guy, when Yola was on us the show earlier, he and his female friend were here, and felt it was pretty cool as well.
She talked to him before.
He thought that I had interviewed his lady friend, and I got all the deets.
Yeah, it was
I
YOLO.
didn't. That's just astrology time.
Who's YOLO?
Oh, Yola.
Yola, that's this guy. Dope as Yola.
Oh.
This name I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your name?
My real name?
Yeah?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Yep.
All right. Where'd you grow up?
You know Merced by Fresno?
Yeah?
Right there.
Really?
Yep.
In the shadow of Mount Shasta.
Oh yeah, well we're going like toward Yosemite.
Yeah. Merced.
It's tiny. I'm
what?
surprised you know about it.
Yeah. Well, I was from California.
Very cool.
We've been there.
Well, Cheech, this is the time in the show where we like to let our guests tell the folks about what's going on with them, what people should be checking out for. We talked about the museum, definitely want people checking out for that. What else can we expect in 2018?
Ooh, we'll come out to a Cheech and Chong show. Go on our website and find out where we are. And we've been touring, a lot of casinos.
Having fun doing casinos.
Indian casinos, man. There's more Indian casinos now than there were Indians when Columbus landed.
I think that's well put. It does seem like you can't throw a rock without hitting a casino.
And they raise money for the community, and everybody has fun.
People are into
It's
it.
fun. You guys doing 420 show again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to last year's 420 show. It was Monday.
Where were we playing?
The Novo over there of LA Live.
Oh yeah, that was a nice show. Yeah, I like that stage. That stage was cool. Yeah.
Guys, 420 show, Cheech and Chong, they're on tour. Yola went last year. He's approving it. Official Siskel and Ebert, double thumbs up.
It was awesome.
Yola, 2 thumbs up.
How did you get the name Yola?
Yola, dope as Yola. It's a lyric from this Bay Area artist, Mac Dre. It's just a lyric I've been saying since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then I started doing online stuff, and they're like, "You need a name?" I'm like, that's what it is.
Yola. All right, cool.
It's the truth. Guys, we've been chilling with Cheech about that time. Mary Jane, thanks for checking in with us. Oh, here, guys, there's some official.
Oh.
Should we put the hats on, guys? This
Swag.
is Cheech's signature stash.
With our, on the front? I don't know. I think I'll look.
It's kind of like the Olympics just happened. Do you guys? Is this a good look for me? Do you think? Is that kind of like a?
Perfect.
Yeah. Or do I go like this? Is it like more like an up, like with the ears out? You think? Like it's more.
Like a nightcap.
Yes. I mean, is my head too big for this? I think maybe.
No, I think this is good. You're like one of those lawn gnomes, you know?
I'm like a lawn gnome, guys. There's a lawn gnome movie coming out. I'm starring in it as one of the lead gnomes.
Yeah,
Cheech is my agent. He's my gnome booking agent, and this is my gnome look that he's assigned for me.
Well, these beanies, they're available for purchase on our line merchandise. Go to, what's the address, honey?
Cheech'sPrivateStash.com, guys. You can check it out. Get some hot Cheech gear. You could look like me, keeping it gnomey, homie.
Let me show you the logo. Wherever you see this logo, go on and get it. Where's the camera? Where do I put it? Right up.
Oh, right up there. Here you go.
Right up into there. Oh, back up.
Boom, boom. You got it.
Well, let me.
Cheech's signature stash.
Cheech's Private Stash, right there. Wherever you see that logo, that's good shit.
That's good shit, guys.
All
Check
right,
it out.
right
Shout out again to our sponsors, THC Design. We've been smoking some great THC Design
That's not bad.
cannabis tonight. Here we have beautiful bags of weed. You can like hug a bag of weed. That's kind of sometimes yeah. You want to hug a bag of weed?
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool. I sometimes do it. Just like I have a moment. It's like why not? Give it some love, and it will share that love back. You
My
know?
little buds.
Little buds, guys. Little buds. Anyway, shout out Weekend Back. Shout out THC Design. Shout out Cheech Marin. Thank you so much for coming through, sir. It was genuinely a pleasure. We've been chilling with Yola as well.
Yola.
We're having fun, doing our thing. About that time, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.